Ayan was the kind of boy people rarely noticed. He wasn't the class topper, nor the most confident. But he had a dream, one that kept him awake at night. He wanted to lift his family out of the life they were stuck in. His father drove a rickshaw, his mother stitched clothes late into the night, and his younger sister often slept hungry so the others wouldn't feel guilty. Ayan had promised himself he would change everything. But life does not reward dreams, it rewards discipline. And discipline is hardest when life is already drowning you. Ayan studied in a small, crowded room that shook every time a bus passed. He worked after school at a small shop just to pay for his books. Every night he whispered the same prayer, just one chance, give me just one chance. That chance came with the announcement of a national scholarship exam, an exam so important that winning it would guarantee a paid college education, a job opportunity, and a better future. It was the path Ayan had been waiting for. But the challenge arrived with equal force. He had only 30 days to prepare, while wealthier students had tutors, online classes, and expensive notes. Ayan had only his old books, a flickering lamp, and the determination not to let hopelessness swallow him. Still, he tried. Every morning he woke at 4 a.m. Every night he slept at 1. His eyes burned, his hands trembled, and sometimes he cried silently into his pillow so his parents wouldn't hear. One night, just as he felt he was finally making progress, fate struck with cruelty. His father met an accident. The rickshaw was damaged, the hospital bills were high, and the small savings they had disappeared overnight. Ayan was forced to work longer hours to keep the house running. He thought about quitting the scholarship dream. He thought about giving up. But he didn't. Then came the twist, the kind of twist life throws to test your character. 1 week before the exam, Ayan's friend came rushing to him with a tempting proposal. Someone was selling the leaked exam papers. Everyone was buying. It's the only way to compete with the rich ones, his friend said. Take it, Yar. You deserve this shortcut. Ayan stared at the papers. His heart pounded. His hands shook. This was his chance. This was everything he had ever begged for. This could save his family. No one would ever know. But deep down, another voice whispered. If you win like this, will you ever truly believe you deserved it? It was the hardest moment of his life, choosing between desperation and honesty, between pressure and self-control. He walked away. The papers felt heavy in his hand. His friend shouted after him, "You're a fool. This is how the world works." Maybe it was. But Ayan wanted to build a life he could be proud of. He tore the papers, threw them into the wind, and promised himself something. If I lose, I will lose with honesty. If I win, I will win with dignity. And with that one choice, his entire future began to shift. The exam day felt like Judgment Day. Hundreds of students sat in silence, fear almost visible in the air. Ayan's chest tightened. His mind replayed every memory, his father's accident, his mother's tired smile, the weight of poverty, and the shredded leaked papers he had rejected. For a few minutes, he blanked out. His pen felt like a stone. His throat burned with anxiety. But then he remembered. He had nothing to hide. Nothing to fear. Nothing to be ashamed of. And with deep breath, he began. He wrote with a calm heart, answered with clarity, and even when he didn't know something, he didn't panic. He stayed honest, to himself and to his future. When the exam ended, Ayan walked out with no clue whether he would pass. All he knew was that he had chosen the harder path, the honest path. Weeks passed. Life continued to test him. His father's condition slowly improved, the debt still hung around the family, and Ayan continued working every spare hour. He told no one about the leaked paper incident. Not his parents, not his teachers, no one. One morning, 3 months later, Ayan heard his mother scream his name. He ran to the small kitchen, terrified something had happened, only to find her crying, but smiling. Ayan, beta, you topped the exam. The words didn't register at first. Topped? The entire country? Ayan froze. His heart began to race. His hands shook. He stared at the letter, his vision blurring. He had not just passed. He had outperformed tens of thousands. He had won, without cheating, without shortcuts, without giving up. He broke down, sobbing. His mother hugged him tightly. For the first time in years, he felt the weight of life slowly lifting. That single honest choice became the foundation of his future. The scholarship covered his education, offered him a job placement, and gave his family the stability they had only dreamed of. Years later, when Ayan became a successful engineer, people asked him, "What was the turning point in your life?" He always answered the same. "It wasn't the exam. It wasn't the results. It was the night I tore the leaked papers." When you choose integrity over opportunity, self-control over panic, life finds a way to reward you in ways you can't imagine. And then he would smile and add, "One honest choice can change your future."